Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Hatha class for this morning. So it is Christmas Eve day, and I do dinner on Christmas Eve. And so I know that my morning is going to be bustling with prepping food, turkey, and all the trimmings for my family. So I thought I would sneak in a little 30-minute practice this morning. And so whether you're doing this on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or whatever time during the year, the thought behind the practice is just to show up on your mat. You don't need special clothes. You don't need to put on your yoga gear. You don't even need a mat, just finding a place on the floor so that we can start to take away some of the reasons that we create blocks in our practice. So this will be a 30-minute class, and I hope you enjoy. Maybe you do 5 minutes, maybe you do 10 minutes, or maybe you do the full 30. Whatever feels best for you is what I would like you to invite yourself to. So if you feel like you need some blocks, or you feel like you would like to have blocks, please feel free to get those. I'm just gonna get my phone up so I can see the time. And I'm gonna grab some blocks because it is early in the morning, and I like to give myself a little bit more room, a little bit more facility. So let's come to stand at the top of the mat. So we're gonna start right in with some warming up and standing. So finding a spot at the top of the mat, allowing the arms to relax at your side, and just standing tall through the crown. Maybe taking a moment to really perhaps set an intention or a commitment to making this practice for yourself, making this practice as a prep for the rest of your day, creating some space for yourself, allowing yourself some room to breathe and to pause, knowing that the day might be filled with family and with some excitement, or for those that are perhaps having more of a challenging time this time of year, just creating a space where you can be with your own feelings and just being present to whatever is happening in your mind and in your heart. So let's take a breath in through the nostrils, taking the arms to the sky, and then exhaling, pressing the arms down. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhaling, and then exhaling. Inhaling, using this awareness of breath to help create a little bit of space, giving an opportunity for our mind to slow down. One more time. And now with the left arm to the sky, inhaling, side bending right. Inhaling, exhaling. Other side, side bending. Inhaling, exhaling. Let's do that one more time each side. Just giving yourself some room here. Stretching through the body, noticing how it feels to take full, slow breaths. Noticing how it feels to move. All right, let's move into some half sun salutes. Ardha Surya Namaskar, hands to the sky. And then folding forward. This might be a good time to use your block so that you're not overstretching, bending the knees significantly here. Hands to the thighs, flattening through the spine, keeping the knees significantly bent for the first few rounds. And then rolling up. And then hands to heart. Reaching. Holding. Hands to thighs. Folding. Giving yourself some permission to move slowly. To just feel the sensations in the body. And let's do one more. Inhaling. Exhaling. Hands to thighs. And folding. Pressing down, rolling up, hands to the sky. And then arms down. Let's create a little bit more heat with some small chair form. So let's bend the knees, inhaling. And then pausing here, exhaling. Rise up onto right foot toes. And down. Roll left foot toes. And down. Maybe sit a little bit lower if that feels right for you. And then reach up and arms down. Let's do that again. Bending the knees, sweeping the arms up. And right foot toes. And down. Left foot toes. And down. Sit a little bit deeper. Now let's fold here. Keep the knees really bent, so bent that you almost feel like your abdomen is resting. And then bending the knees, rolling it up. And then the hands coming down. Taking a moment here. Just breathing. Notice how the body's feeling. Moving in to a little bit of warrior work. So let's start with some tree. So making the left leg, the stability leg, 1 or 2, and you had your blocks, you could bring your toe to rest up here. Just finding that balance. Standing strong to knee parallel, or putting the thigh parallel to the sky, and to guide the right to a little bit of a balance. So let's bring your hands, or a little bit more of a balance, pardon me, bring your hands to your heart. Release that right leg. And before we step back into the warrior one, let's just press that heel back, really flexing the foot, really lengthening yourself long. You might choose to take your arms behind you here as you balance into a scale. And then bending the left knee, reaching back with that right foot toe, turn the right heel in, hands to sky for warrior one here as you inhale. And exhale. Now you have an option here to make this more dynamic. If you would like to inhale to straighten and reach, and then exhale to come down. That's fine as well. Or you could choose to hold, your choice. And then exhale. Let's reach. And then let's exhale. Pause here for a few breaths. Really think about gently drawing that right hip forward, tucking the tail slightly under, creating a little bit of tone through the midsection so you have the sense of pulling the navel in. Shoulders are down. Maybe taking the hands to the sky here. And we're going to move this into warrior two. So let's bring our hands down into prayer. Take that right foot, you're going to spin it. Spin the right heel in as you turn your body a quarter turn to the right to open up, so that now the heel of the left foot is intersecting the instep of the right. So you might need to readjust your feet a little bit. Maybe you go wider, maybe you go narrower, and then you can make this more dynamic here. You could inhale, exhale, inhale, exhaling, And then if you're ready, coming into your warrior two, pausing here, rolling those shoulder blades down the spine, drawing the navel in, tucking the tail gently down, pressing this left knee open as you allow the right leg to roll in. And then maybe traditionally, if you want, you can look over the left hand fingers. And so taking it a little bit slower this morning, we're trying to create a sense of space for what might be a busy day, a full day. Let's take this right hand down, left arm to the sky, creating this sense of spaciousness so that we have time to pause through our day, so that rather than reacting to the situations that come to us back into warrior two, this sense of space gives us a moment to consider and respond. Now let's straighten that left leg. We're moving into our triangle. So let's reach with that left hand and reach, and then decide where you want this hand to go, above the knee, below the knee, slowly opening. You might even choose to use your block. Maybe looking up to the sky. Strong legs, energizing them together here as you inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling, looking down towards your blocks, allowing the back heel to spin and turn. And we're going to move this into a standing split. So hands on the floor of the block, the left knee can be bent. Let's just take a one step and then a second step. And let's just reach that leg up long here as you inhale. Maybe you want to bend and extend the leg here. And then we're going to bring this back into a balance. So start to bend the left knee, draw the right knee in, and then gather your strength. Come back into standing tree where we started. And then bringing the hands down, the foot down, inhaling, and then exhaling. Now we're going to do the whole thing on the other side. I'm just going to move to the other edge of my mat so that you can see me from this angle. You can just stay where you are. And again, just noticing how the body feels now after moving through a little bit of balance, a little bit of strength. And then preparing to go into tree with our right leg as stability. So pressing the right foot into the floor, start to come up onto the left foot toes, maybe bringing the left foot onto the block if you like. When you feel like you're ready, go ahead and bring that knee up to parallel, flexing the foot. You might choose to stay here, or taking a more traditional tree, you could bring that foot anywhere along the inside of your leg, pressing the legs together as you press the hips forward, and then choosing what you would like to do with your arms. Maybe you're here, maybe you're here, maybe palms are together, shoulders away from the ears. Your choice, whatever feels best. Stay here as you inhale and exhale. Again, slowing down a little bit, creating some space, and just to prepare us as we move into perhaps a busy day. Hands coming down into your heart, moving into that scale form. So let's bring that leg here to balance, bending the right knee. Start to sit yourself back, extend through the left leg, press to the heel, straighten the leg best you can, reach to the crown. Now you can choose your hand, hold your hands at your heart, or you can choose to extend them here as you inhale and exhale. Preparing to move into our warrior one, start to bend the right knee, the left toe comes down, the left heel drops in, and then extend. Again, if you want to make this into more of a dynamic form, you could inhale to rise up, and then exhale. Your choice. Inhale to rise up. You might choose to hold the warrior one legs and just move the arms, and exhale. Or you can reach with the legs and arms at the same time. Again, just creating a little bit of slow, mindful movement. And we're going to pause here. You might choose to keep your hands at your heart. Maybe you want to open the chest, clasp the hands behind the back. Pause here. Keep tucking that tail under, pulling that navel in slightly, pressing that left heel down, and that right knee is tracking in line with your second, third toe. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. Moving into the warrior 2, let's release the hands and start to spin the left heel in towards the right and the torso turns towards the left. So we're in this open position, the right heel intersecting the instep of the left foot. And again, you might choose to take a little bit of movement here and then extend your choice. So I, in my mind, visualize these movement patterns as clearing space. So as I move, I am creating an outlet, coming down into warrior 2, pausing here, creating an outlet to release any built up tension or any stagnant energy, work out the cobwebs in the morning. Let's reverse that warrior, taking that left hand down, reaching the right hand up. And again, if you would like to do something different or maybe not duplicate, that's fine. It's just, I'm just giving you some options, providing structure for you to create some movement for yourself. Let's come back to warrior 2. Let's take this into triangle. So extending the right leg, reaching, 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 pausing here, and slowly coming down. Maybe noticing the difference between sides. Now you might choose to look forward, you might choose to look down, or looking up for your triangle. Just pausing here as you inhale and exhale. And then looking down, let's bring the arm down. We're going to unhook that left foot as we bend the right knee and we spin. We're going to come into our standing split. So let's take that leg up. The most beautiful split that you can create. Just giving yourself some length and reaching, really opening. And we're going to come back into that balance. So let's bend the knee, firm the right leg, gather the core, grow up out of the leg. Maybe you come back and end in your tree form where you started. Good. And then let's take the arms down and take the leg down. Just give the legs a little bit of a shake. And then we're actually going to come into sitting. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to incorporate a little bit more pranayama into the practice. So come on down and have a seat. You might choose to sit on your block or on a bolster just to create a little bit more height for your body. So one of the ways that we can create space for ourselves is to really clear and bolster, strengthen the health of our subtle energy system. So the subtle energy system is the energy system that lies within the body that connects to the different koshas or the different layers of energy of the body, working with the energy of the heart, the mind, the energy of knowledge, working closer and closer towards our purusa or our internal light. So it's like we have a little light shining in the cave of our heart, deep inside our heart. And we have these 5 layers of energy, and they sit over this light, one on top of the other, like lampshades. And so when those energy shades or lampshades become dusty and dirty, our light dims and we're not able to shine brightly. So with the pranayama or the breath work, what we're doing is we're cleaning off the shades. So we're shaking the dust out of the shades to allow our light to shine more brightly, to encourage energy to flow more freely into our body, to allow the prana in our body, the energy of our body to flow, to be able to help us to make wise and sound decisions, to allow us to be emotionally open, to allow us to be mentally strong, to allow us to be physically strong. And so what we can do is we can use pranayama to create all of that, but it also is an excellent way to create space in your day. So let's start with our most fundamental pranayama, as known as Dirga breath, or the 3-part breath. So just taking a moment to find a seat that's comfortable for you, legs crossed. You might choose to sit with your legs extended out in front of you. You could sit in Siddhasana, or you could sit in Sukhasana here, okay? This is more comfortable for me. It's a little bit wider. It can be challenging for people who are tight in their hips. So just modify as needed. And if you need to move to a chair or a couch or the edge of your bed, then feel free to do so. So once you found your comfortable resting position, take a moment to investigate a little bit of length through the spine. So you want to be in a position, in a form that allows you to be relaxed, but also create the sense of alertness. So lengthening through the spine, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky as you allow your sits bones and pelvic floor to sit down into the earth. If the legs are crossed and touching the earth, then allow the legs to be heavy. If you're sitting in a chair, I'll really connect with the firmness of the feet into the earth and the backs of your legs on the chair. And once you've had a moment to explore your sitting form, and then I'll invite you to either soften your gaze so that your eyes might still be open, but you're not looking at anything in particular, or you could choose to close your eyes. Just allowing yourself to come to an awareness of your breath. Perhaps noticing what parts of the body move with the breath. Or where you feel the most sensations of breathing in the body. Now we're going to move into our Dirga breath. So as you inhale, the invitation here is to visualize your chest cavity, your lungs filling in 3 sections. So inhaling, visualizing the breath moving into the bottom of the lungs and feeling the abdomen distend or the belly rise. And then the breath moves into the middle section of the lungs. You'll feel the rib cage expand, the chest rise. And then finally, at the very end of the breath, the top of the breath, you might feel a sensation of widening or lifting under the collarbones. And then as you exhale, visualizing the air moving out of the top of the lungs, so allowing the collarbones to soften. And then the air moves out of the middle section of the lungs, feeling the rib cage relax. And then finally, the air leaving the very bottom of the lungs as the belly relaxes. And then at the very end of your exhale, you can do a little contraction. So it's like a little sniff out to expel the last little bit of air. And it's going to sound like this. So almost as if you're blowing your nose as the belly pulls in, and then moving directly into your inhalation, feeling the belly expand, the rib cage expand, the upper collarbones lift and expand. And then as you exhale, noticing the relaxation and the softness under the collarbones, the relaxation through the rib cage, the softening of the belly with your little expulsion at the end. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Now, as you continue with this Dirga breath, you might choose to use an equal count. So you could explore inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4, or inhaling for 3 and exhaling for 3. And see if you can develop a sense of equalness between the inhalations and the exhalations as you continue to work with your Dirga breath. And then after your next exhalation, just allow yourself to return to your natural breath. So releasing the Dirga breath and just noticing any sensations that might be present, how you feel after this first subtle pranayama practice. And then we're going to end with a practice called Anuloma Viloma, or Nadi Shodhana, also known as alternate nostril breathing. So this is a great practice to create balance within the mind, the right side of the mind, the left side. It also is a great way to create space, to slow things down. It brings a sense of equanimity and peacefulness to your mental state, to your emotional state, and also allows the body to move into a more relaxed space. So to do this practice, I'm going to cue with my right hand, which is the hand that I was taught traditionally. If you're unable to create the mudra with your right hand, or if you perhaps don't have a right hand, feel free to do everything with the left hand, okay? But for me, I will be cueing with the right hand. So for this practice, let's allow the left hand to rest palms down on the left thigh. And then with the right hand, you're going to take the last two fingers, the first two fingers, and you're going to fold them in. So as if the ends of the fingers are touching the base of the thumb. And then the last two fingers are going to be pointing up. So it's like almost like a hang loose Hawaii symbol, but the last two fingers are up. And then you're going to turn that hand towards your face. If you can't get these first two fingers folded under, just hold them out of the way. So the first two fingers are not going to do the work. We're using the last two fingers and the thumb, okay? So let's turn that hand to face you. And so what we'll do is start with a natural breath in through both nostrils. And then as you go to exhale, close the right nostril and exhale through the left. Inhaling through the left. With your two fingers, close the left nostril, release the right nostril, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right, exhale left. And that completes one round. Beginning again, inhaling left. Close the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close the right, exhale left. Now at this point, you might choose to soften your gaze or even close your eyes as we continue with this Anuloma Viloma, inhaling. Close the left, exhale right. You might choose to find some equanimity or some equality between the inhales and exhales. So maybe inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4, or 3, or 6, or 5. And if for some reason you're congested or this makes you feel anxious or short of breath, then just release your hands and visualize inhaling through the left and exhaling through the right as you work with both nostrils, but just changing the visualization. Please work at your own pace. You don't need to follow my pacing, working with your own natural, most comfortable breath. And see if you can allow your awareness to rest and follow the movement of the breath as it moves through the left nostril and the right nostril. Allowing awareness to rest on the breath. Alternately, if you wanted to, for those who practice pranayama, you could direct your awareness to the Ajna chakra, the chakra centered at the third eye. Allow your internal gaze to rest on Ajna chakra. If focusing on the Ajna chakra feels too obscure, then just continue to follow the breath. As your mind gets distracted, which is very natural and will most likely happen multiple times, just allow the attention to come back to the breath, guiding it back slowly and gently. And we'll close this practice of pranayama the next time you exhale through the left nostril, taking your time, no rush, just allowing your hands to rest in your lap, return to a natural breath, and just take a few moments here to allow the benefits of the pranayama to move through the body. And an invitation now to move directly into a short meditation. Meditation on the breath. So allowing the awareness to come to the sensation of breathing wherever it feels most prominent in the body. It could be at the level of the nostrils. Could be at the back of the throat. It might be through the rise and fall of the chest. It could be at the level of the belly. It could be anywhere in the body. It could be through the whole body. Wherever the sensations are most noticeable, just allow attention to rest there. Allowing yourself to experience life in this moment exactly as it is. Allowing it to wash over you. If you find that your mind starts to jump on certain trains of thought, just acknowledge that. It's totally natural for that to happen. And then just skillfully, gently guide attention and awareness back to the sensation of breathing. And as we bring this practice to a close, for those of you that have time to take a few moments into Shavasana, then I encourage you to move into Shavasana and just have a few moments of just resting in this place of peaceful awareness and spaciousness. For those of you that need to move on with your day, then you might join me now, widening your gaze or opening your eyes if they were closed. And then just bringing your hands together at the level of the heart, bowing your head, taking a moment to acknowledge your body and all the work that it's done, acknowledge the commitment that you've made to step off your mat, and perhaps turning your thoughts to how you can continue to experience this sense of spaciousness throughout the rest of the day. And we'll finish with one Om, taking a breath in. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a holiday season, a Yuletide season filled with love and gratitude. I encourage you to take a moment with yourself, your friends, your family, just to take a moment to acknowledge what it is that we have to be grateful for, and sending thoughts of health and love and wellness to everyone during this season. May you be safe, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you move forward through your day with ease. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in our next class. Take care. Bye-bye.